it was weird because, he told us that a lot of his business contacts and his connections and the way that he can do business and have so many open doors was because of this secret society.
So how did you set? You said you set this up from Panama before you even went over there because you had
No,
contacts.
I had contacts in Greece and I was living in Panama, so I set up the whole deal of the Greeks. For example, I met the Greeks in Cancun.
Oh, you brought them over.
Yeah, and I met them in Cancun, and we started working this whole deal out.
And what was their background? Like the
Shipping.
guys who, yeah, but was it the guys who ran the port?
One of the guys, one of my contacts was, it's in the book, Nick Fishkatori. He's half Sicilian, half Greek, old mobster from New York, from Sicily.
Wait, he's half Sicilian,
half
what
Greek.
a combo.
And he lived in New York for many years. Old style mobster. He was older already. He was older when I met him. And he introduced me to, my shipping friends. He introduced me to the shipping people in Greece.
Is this the guy you mentioned something at dinner last night? A dude who had connects to the Vatican or something? Is that the guy?
Exactly. He didn't have the connection to the Vatican. The guy he introduced me to that had the shipping companies and the shipping background and came from a very big shipping family in Greece had a partner that was connected to the Vatican, and his girlfriend was connected to the mafia in Calabria.
And
he traveled with a Vatican passport.
Which is very hard to get.
He had a Vatican passport, diplomatic Vatican passport.
That other part we talked about at dinner?
The Vatican and his group, they all had a marble concession in Venezuela. They were pulling out marble from Venezuela. So it all kind of intervened. I mean, it was interwiggled.
Got it. So that other thing you talked about and by the way, people out there, so I'm wearing headphones today, but Luis is not too. So sometimes there's a little bit of overtalk. I'm sorry about that. Usually it's not like that. But that other part you were talking about at dinner where the guy took you to his place in Milan and opened some stuff. Are you allowed to talk about that?
That's fine. I mean, I was living in Milan, and we were drinking one night, and we were in his apartment, and he opened up a closet under key and inside a safe, and he came out with this big box, and it had an outfit, red and black with actually it was like a cone-shaped thing, like a Ku Klux Klan thing, but and it had holes and a mask, and he was part of a Masonic type order with the Vatican, a secret society. I don't know, but to him it was very, very secretive, and he was part of a secret order of the Vatican. And like I said, this guy, he always had a couple of bodyguards,
right?
Vatican associated. The Vatican has a bank. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
The Vatican has business all around the world, and very connected. This guy was very connected, and it was weird because he told us that a lot of his business contacts and his connections and the way that he can do business and have so many open doors was because of this secret society. Just like we have the Yale Society of Skull and Bones.
Right.
Okay, that's top-notch American, and they've run this country for years. They've had presidents in power.
They had they had guys running against Kerry and Bush at the same time.
Bush, who was so many of them. But I remember William F. Buckley was Skull and Bones.
That's right.
So what's behind that? Who knows? I mean, we've read about it. This is a secret society. He didn't say the name. but it was a secret society, and then obviously he had very good connections, and he had very good connections, and he was no wimp. The real tough one there was his girlfriend, the Calabrian girl. She was, you could tell you didn't want to fuck around with her.
And she was connected to the Ndreta.
Yeah.
Like directly. That was the hookup.
Yeah.
What was the name when Johnny Russo was in here? He's like, they meet down in the catacombs. They run. What was the name of that secret organization? Yeah. The Solidarity. Solidarity. Yeah, there's the Solidarity group down there. Does the Vatican run the world?
Oh, they're the figure this out. Most people don't digest this. They're the largest single stockholder in the world. They own the most property in the world that pays no taxes. Every school, every Catholic church, figure out, I mean, there's an organization a lot deeper than them called the Solidarity.
I'm not familiar with that.
Nobody
the Solidarity.
Is. It's about 2,000-year-old club.
It's a club.
It's a club. And it's in the catacombs of the Vatican. The Vatican's a city when it's in itself.
I know. I used to live right next to it.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Then you know.
I mean, I don't know
most people don't know what I'm telling you.
So they meet down there, you're saying?
That's where they are. They only meet there, period.
Right. Okay.
They're very high-level profile people throughout the world. You get invited to be in it. But they, like you said, who's running the world? I think they are.
Oh, he was killing me when he was saying that. He said that
those guys are very tight.
Yeah,
that's some serious shit right there.
He was intimating that that's like who runs things, and who
right
knows?
Now they run probably 80% of the cocaine coming into Europe.
Wait, I'm talking about the guys in the Vatican, not the Ndreta.
No. The guys in the Vatican, they're their own show. They're no angels.
No, they're not. But this is interesting though, because we started this talking about you getting this thing set up in Greece, and you hadn't operated really in Europe before. So you're operating now to be able to move cocaine internationally between South America and Europe so that you can move product for clients in South America. But that also means you're going to open up some new networks in Europe when you do this. And one of those networks is with the Calabrian Mafia, the Ndreta.
No, I know they're involved, but our connection in Europe was with the people out of Galicia. Our boats would get offloaded by the Galician folks that work in Galicia.
Yeah, can we pull that up?
And the fishing boats. So our ships would be offloaded off the coast of Galicia, and they would go into Antwerp or Rotterdam empty. The merchandise would be taken off the coast of Galicia.
Could we just get the map of it?
You just want to see? Okay.
Yeah, Galicia's perfect. I just want to see it just in relative to Europe. Just
you see it's at northwestern coast of Spain?
Yes.
There.
Got it.
So the fishing boats would come out of Galicia, offload our boat, so then our boat would continue and enter Antwerp or Rotterdam empty.
Oh, wait, so they're staying up there. They're not coming back through the Strait of Gibraltar into Mediterranean.
No.
You'd stay away.
They get offloaded in Galicia. The merchandise would get offloaded in Galicia in alta mar, in high seas.
Yeah.
By Galician shipping vessels.
Which would be met by smaller vessels to pick it up and take it inland.
Yeah. And then our freighter would continue to the port of Rotterdam or Antwerp, which is up there in Belgium and Holland.
Yeah.
And they would arrive empty.
But where's Greece then? This is skipping Greece.
No, the boats, the office, the shipping office was in Piraeus, Greece.
Which is south of Athens.
Yeah, which is just an office.
Oh, no, you were just setting up shop in a nice spot.
Yeah. And the boat had some boats had Panamanian flags, some had flags of Malta. Registered in Malta, registered in Panama.
Why Malta?
It's an offshore place, and a lot of boats are registered, ships are registered in Malta.
God, I feel like these are the places that have the secrets of the universe. Like all the rich
Yeah,
people are
look
like,
at
oh, yeah, we go
Malta's
there.
right off the coast of Africa. It's south of Sicily.
Yeah. Did you deal with the Sicilians? I mean, you mentioned the Greek Sicilian guy, but did you deal with them?
No.
Interesting.
I mean, well, the American mob guys, but
Right. That's different.
look at Malta.
Yeah.
It's fucking
No
right
man-
off
no
south
man's
of
land.
Sicily, right off the coast of Africa. Malta. There you go.
Sicily's one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth.
Really, I've never been.
You
there.
never been?
No.
Even when you were over there?
Nope.
I spent a lot of time there. It's incredible. I spent time in, if we stay on that map, I spent time between Catania and Messina, and then for like 5-6 days, and then I went back for 2 weeks and spent time from Palermo, Cefalù, down through the middle of the country, down to Agrigento, back up north, east of Cefalù, all those areas.
I've
It's
got to
absolutely
go.
gorgeous. It's like, it's crazy because it's so poor and so in some ways like the people don't have a ton of opportunity because the mafia still runs the place, which is nuts. Like there was one night my girlfriend at the time and I got lost at like 1:30 in the morning on the outskirts of Catania. We were like, fuck, and ran into this dude. And at the time I could speak Italian pretty decently. I don't remember how to now, but this guy was like, oh yeah, I help. So we start walking through the street with him and he gets us back to where we got to go. And at one point I said, you know, like, di dove sta? Are you from here originally? Like that kind of thing. And he said, yes, I love it here. I love it, but I can't wait to leave. And I was like, what? You love it, but you can't wait to leave? And he goes, yeah, I can't wait to leave. I'm like, why do you want to leave? And it was like right out of a movie scene. Like we're on this dimly lit cobblestone, like almost back alley type spot. And he turns to me and then turns to his left, looks around with a pointer finger and points to the wall. And there's a giant graffiti that says Mafia right there. And he goes, that's why.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, okay. Fair enough. But so you never dealt with them though?
No. I mean, Nick was half Sicilian, half Greek, but that's about it. I lived in Milan and never got a chance to go down to Sicily. But I mean, I heard they were giving away, you know, you could buy a home for $1 and fix it up.
Oh my God. A train ticket in Sicily is like fucking 50 cents, at least when I was there. Like,
yeah.
Like it's very,
But
very cheap.
the Italian government had a program where you can buy a home very, very cheap.
Yeah.
And, you know, you fix it up and it's beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, the water, that I've heard.
So you were living, what was the town in Greece again called?
Buliagmeni.
But then you were also, when were you living in Milan? 99?
I only lived in Milan for 3 months in 99.
Okay.
And from Milan was that when I traveled, we were buying two more ships, and I had to travel to Venezuela because with the blueprints of the ships to see exactly where we were going to put that stash, where they were going to build that stash. And that is something that, you know, they wanted me to take it personally because, you know, you just don't tell anybody that.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.